Okay, window symbols. Window symbols, again, if you draw a window, it has a distinctive way of drawing it depending on the window that you want for that room. And there's tons of different windows. You're gonna have to draw them the way that they are, and also maybe put some notes there. I came back to this plan for the reason that also, remember I told you in the previous video, for the doors on a residential, you're gonna have numbers there that represent the width and height. Same thing with the windows. For example, this window is 60/40. This window here is 10/40. What does that mean? This one is 6 feet 0 inches in width, 4 feet and 0 inches in height. Okay, this one's the small ones here. They're a foot in width and 4 inches in height. Now, on the doors, it's 6'8" for the height, starting from the floor. All right, from the finished floor. In the windows, you're not starting from the finished floor. You're starting from the top of window, which once we get to elevations, it's gonna make more sense. In other words, you're not starting. This is not 4 feet from the floor up. Imagine if that was. I mean, you won't be able to see outside because it's way too low, and the windows are higher. So what it's telling you, the actual window is 6 by 4, but the height of where to place that window, like how high do you want that window on your wall, it's gonna be determined on the elevations. Which when we cover that, it will make more sense. But just keep that in mind. It's also width and height, but not starting from the floor. All right. In other words, it's not 6 feet in width and 4 feet high starting from the finished floor. Again, that will be too low. You'll probably just if somebody walking to the outside, they're gonna see from your waist down, and you won't be able to look outside because it's way too low. So that means the actual window is 6'4", but the height of the window is gonna be you're gonna tell it or show it in your elevations, and we'll cover that once we get to that point. So I just wanted to clarify that. And then again, for your commercial project, you're gonna have more than likely symbols for your windows. So window there, window B, more windows, windows here, and you might have windows inside too. See, this is a reception area, and it has windows there. There's windows there. Let's see. Of course, in the exterior, you have windows there again. So not necessarily on the exterior, you might have windows. Like for example, me in my office. Those of you who come to my office, I have a window right in front of me, and it's not it's not to the outside. It's to the inside. So windows not necessarily have to be to the outside. Could be on the inside. More than likely on commercial projects. Okay. All right. So now let's look at the symbols. And go. Okay, we saw this. We saw that. We saw this. Windows. There you go. And again, I don't have to spend too much time here on this one. There's tons of different windows. You just need to know how to draw them. Depends on the window you want. This is a double hung door. This is how it looks. Okay, and this is how you draw it. Flush with seal, or flush seal, si no tiene, or just have it, and then project seal. So this one, there's something that projects on the outside of the window. So again, sometimes you might see it like this or like this. Again, it depends of what is it that you're drawing. Okay, does it protrude on the outside? Does it have like brick, or is it, if it's to the inside, does it have like a ledge of what's it called, like a wooden ledge, or what's it called? Yeah, just a wooden ledge. So that depends how you're gonna draw the window. Okay. And again, this you can go through them. I'm not gonna go through them one by one, but you can see more or less the examples it gives you. Now, not all of them are here. Not all the windows that you might need are here. It just shows you different options of what to look for. I think here at the bottom there's some more. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so look through these. Depends on the type of window you're doing. For example, this one, it's a sliding door. Window. So this, imagine that's the actual window. It slides in with if you have a projected seal, if it's flushed, or here is drawn just with 2 lines. The actual window is drawn with 2 lines. Matter of preference. Okay, same thing. So look at that And again, just look at the windows, and the way you draw it, the symbol you use for the window has to represent the type of window you're using. All right. Okay. Fixed windows like that, just like that. And if we go to the commercial plan, I'm sure those are fixed windows. Yeah, these are fixed windows. It's hard to see, but there's windows there. They're fixed. You cannot open them. They're just fixed windows. Right there. And then we saw one over here at the reception, which I'm thinking they're also fixed windows. And again, maybe the drawings or the way you draw them is going to be different from one company to the other, matter of preference. But, just keep in mind that each window represents something different. Okay, I'm not going through the chapter itself and reading over it. You should do that on your own. So I'm just, showing some videos of what information you need to know. Now that we're here, I'm going to start with schedules. And some of the plans that you have there in front of you, let me see if we have them here. Schedules, this one? Okay, this one. Now this is a residential, but it has schedule. That's why I told you more than likely you're gonna see them only on commercial, not residential. But I guess for the explaining purposes of this chapter on the book, it's giving you symbols on a residential project. So how to read them? I think I went over this the first week, well, for chapter 1. Each window has a symbol with a letter or a number. Doors have a different symbol with a number. Now, it doesn't give you the size or the height or anything, right? You don't know. It tells you what, like, the type of door it's going to be. If it's a pocket door, if it's a sliding door, so on and so forth. But you don't know the information on the door, not even the size. Same thing with the window. So you do schedules, a window schedule and a door schedule. And that's what we have here. These are the schedules. Okay, number symbols used to from the floor plan, key specific item to chart known as schedule. So all the information you need on the plan, you just have a symbol and that's it. And then you come to the schedule and it gives you all the information. For example, information that you can find there is the vendor name, product name, model, quantity, how many you want, size, rough opening size, and color. So that information you can find on the schedule. For example, here, all the ones that have an A, this is a window schedule. The size is 1 by 5. The model, the rough opening, verifies the contractor has a check, and then they need 2 of those. Wherever there's a B on the plan, that's the size, model, rough opening, how many they want. So instead of putting that information on the plan, they just put a symbol, and then the schedule you tell it the size, the model, the opening they have to provide, and how many windows, in this case, you need of that. Okay? So self-explanatory, very, very simple. For a door schedule, again, you have a symbol on the plan, and it has, in this case, a circle, and it has a number inside. It's all it gives you. Of course, the symbol of the door, and a circle with a number. That's all it gives you. It doesn't give you the sizes. So you come here, and here's what it tells you. For example, for doors 1, all the ones have a circle with a 1 inside on the door. It's a 3 1 by 6 8. The type of door, metal insulated, and we need one of those. For example, let's do group 4. On 4, they're 2 by 8, 2 8 by 6 8. The hollow core, the type of door that you need, and you need 5 of those. So I think somebody said in the other one of the classes, this looks like a grocery list. The contractor gets it, said I need 1 of these, 5 of these, 2 of these, and so on and so forth. So instead of going to the plan and trying to get all that information, you put it into a schedule. So it's easier for you to get the information to the contractor, and the contractor, it's easy for him to buy whatever he needs to buy. Okay. So again, when we talk about print reading, it's like a language. You're trying to convey information to your contractor. Okay. And some of the keys are going to be like this. They might vary, depends on whoever you work for or your own preference. Okay, but they're gonna represent something. You have to provide a schedule. Interior finish schedule. Again, in this case, well, actually here's some sample. This is the door 4, which is that one. Door 2, which is that one. They need 3 of those. Door 3, they need 1 of those, which is a pocket door. Windows, they're there. So this is how you're going to read them. There's a symbol, and then you look for that symbol with that number, and then quantity and all the information you need. Now, that's for doors and windows. For a finished roof schedule, it's also a schedule that tells you what type of what you're gonna have on the floor, walls, and the ceiling. So imagine you have to put this on on the floor plan, like for entry, it has to have concrete on the floor, nothing on the walls, or for example, and nothing on the ceiling. Of course, you don't have that. But let's say for the foyer, you have to put on the foyer on the plan. It needs to have tile. It needs to have paint. It needs to be sprayed, and the ceiling has to be brocade with paint. So imagine you had to put all that information on the plan, on the floor plan. It will be way too crowded. So what do? You do a schedule. You put the rooms, and then you break it into the floor, walls, and ceiling, right? Because that's what you have in a room. You have a floor, you have walls, you have a ceiling, and then you tell it what type of material you want on each. So for example, for the kitchen, what type of floor do you want in the kitchen? Well, you come here, we need tile. All right. How about walls? Well, we need paper. We're not going to paint it. We're going to put paper. All right. And for the ceiling, we want it smooth and painted. Okay. Family room. What do we want? We want carpet. We don't want tile. We want carpet. What else? We want paint. On the walls, we want it to be painted. We don't want paper on this one. On the walls, it has to be sprayed. On the ceiling, brocade and painted. So instead of putting all this information again on the plan, you just do a schedule, put the rooms, and then what type of floor do you want, what type of walls do you want, what type of ceiling do you want, paint, texture, and all that information. Information comes here. Again, it's easier to read, and you'd have to bombard your floor plan with all that information. Just you can put it here. Okay. So schedules make it a lot easier, and you will be using schedules in your plans later on. Okay, and this talks about the sizes, which I already went over. 4068, really, the way it's seeing it, it's 4068. But we discussed that in previous videos. Okay, so schedules, very important. Make sure you read on that and know what it is. All right, for example, I need to take a picture of that, but for example, in our case, for this plan that we're looking at, each room has a number, a room number. So more than likely, and I'll try to find this the sheet, and it probably has all the room numbers, and it tells you what type of paint, what type of ceiling, what type of floor. If it has carpet, it has tile. Because here it doesn't give us anything. It's this corridor, but it doesn't tell us what is it they want. Like what they want. Do they want tile? Do they want carpet? Do they want just the concrete, sealed concrete? What is it they want? On the labs, do they want carpet? Do they want tile? What is it they want? It doesn't tell us here, but we need to go to the finished floor schedule, and it will tell us all that information. So again, you don't have to put it here, but you can do a schedule for that. All right, where am I? Over here. Okay, and let's see, what do you have here? Okay, same thing, you can read on this. It gives you the sizes and so on and so forth here. Okay. RNS, it's shelf and rod. Rod and shelf, I'm sorry. Rod and shelf. Okay, let me stop it right there, and then we'll do next one, cabinets, fixtures, and appliances next.